besides Raphael, and then and then the lecturer was joking in class and saying, "Hey, must you sit close to your boyfriend every day?"
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Rafi and welcome to Rafi's vlog. And if you're a returning subscriber and a returning viewer, I want to extend my warm and sincere welcome and tell you welcome to my safe space. Yes, we are here and we're with Mercy here.
Hello guys.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, today
we have a lot to talk about. Now we have our guest here. This is Mercy. So tell my viewers about you.
Hi guys.
How do you know me?
My name is Mercy and Raphael is my friend. I met Raphael in our university years, in my first year in the university. When I first went to algebra class.
Yes. Algebra, yes, I remember that time.
I walked in and I checked where to sit and I picked his desk where he was sitting.
Seated.
Yes.
And then, the thing is that Mercy was always talking to me and engaging with me. And I was like, is this girl hitting on me? Yeah. And I even told her, I was like, please, I am gay. I'm not straight.
The thing, guys, is I like sitting with Raphael a lot. He was a nice guy, very calm, and I didn't know algebra, and he could help me always with the math. Uh-huh. And one time I came to class late, like always, and the algebra teacher,
Mrs. I've even forgotten.
The Russian lady, yes.
I've forgotten her name.
Yes. She asked everyone to sit on one desk, like each person on a desk. Yeah. And I didn't get the information before because I was late. Yeah. So when I came to class, I was looking for the same spot I sit. Yeah. And then I went and sat beside Raphael. And then and then the lecturer was joking in class and saying, "Hey, must you sit close to your boyfriend every day?"
And I was like, oh, is she trying to vibe me? Because I was not like getting it. And I was like,
I looked around. I saw everyone was sitting, by themselves, each person in the desk. And then I realized, oh yes, I need to find a place to sit. And from then, she branded us to be
a couple, dating. Yeah, because we would walk together. We would do maths together, help each other out. Yes. And it was really nice, to be honest. And that's where our friendship began. Yes. And it has been how many years since we are friends?
Since 2017.
2017 until 2023 right now. Oh my God, so many years. And we have cried together. We have done a lot of things together. And from that on, we were just inseparable.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing and lovely. So you're in Germany.
Yes.
How did you feel when you were just counting hours to come to Germany? Because this is your first time in Europe, and this is also your first time in Germany. And how did you feel when you realized you're just counting hours to climb that aeroplane to get out of Kenya and come to Europe?
Okay, so viewers, first I would say I got my visa in July. That was way longer before December. And for was it 6 months? Yeah, 5 months. 5 months. I was thinking about the journey.
Yeah.
It was in my mind. I was thinking about it for this time. I was well prepared. So the last hours towards coming, I think the last thing I was asking Raphael and other friends was the weather.
The weather, yeah.
Yes. So I needed to bring this and that for the weather. But because I believe I have a skin condition that makes me very hot, I thought, no, I don't need very heavy
clothes.
And then I think you told me, please bring warm clothes, don't bring tights. I said, okay. And then my brother came with a very huge yellow jacket and told me, must just bring this in case.
In case.
I hated the jacket. I didn't like the smell of the jacket, but I said, anyways, let me just put it here because I had space in my suitcase. And then the last hours I was drinking with the friends and partying and stuff like that. Yes, those were the last
hours before you came.
Before I came.
Oh, that was so amazing. Which was the first country you landed in, and how was the first experience immediately you landed in Europe? How has it been?
Okay, viewers, I have to say the last hours before I got on the plane, I broke my phone. And I broke the screen to my phone, and I was very worried how I was going to communicate with the people that were going to meet me. Yeah, so I got a backup phone that was not very good with the connection and stuff like that. I wanted to take pictures. I had plans of taking pictures and videos and recording everything, but this was not possible. So I checked in, I went on the plane, and then there was a layover of 9 hours in Istanbul.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was long inside a mall with designer shops. Fendi, Moschino. I didn't know what to do there. And then the Wi-Fi there is just 1 hour.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
So I had to walk around and check where to get my connecting flights.
Yeah.
But I was looking forward to land in Europe.
Yeah.
My first stop was going to be the Malpensa airport in Italy. Yeah, my visa was to Italy. So when I arrived in Italy, there is a place where they have to put a stamp for me to go out and meet the people that were picking me up.
Yeah.
So when I got there in the queue, when it was my time, the guy at the counter asked me, are you here for the first time? I said yes. He said, do you have accommodation? I said yes. He said, show me. My phone cannot access the internet. It's an old phone. He said, do you have money? I said yes, and I had 100 euros in my purse. I showed. He said, only this? I said, I have a credit card. Show it. And then I showed the credit card, and then he was worried, like you can't show me accommodation. I don't know who is picking you, and I don't know how much you have. And then he said, okay, you can go. And then he stamped my passport, and I went outside. I didn't take a lot of time at the airport because I was picked. And we got into the train to the Milan. To Milan town, city. So when we were getting the tickets to the train, so my friend that was picking me there helped me get a ticket. And I didn't know about the scanning before you go into the train. So when I saw him doing some things, I didn't know what he was doing. I just followed him. So when we got into the train, there was a lady checking the receipts. And then he said, hi, can you show me your receipt? And I showed my ticket. And then he realized I did not scan it, and I think it's an offense. And then I told the guy in Italiano, please tell her next time she should do that. It's very wrong to go in the train without scanning the ticket. Yes, those were my first experiences. And then I thought this train was taking me to the place where I was going to be, the hostel that I was going to spend the night. This train was only taking us to the city. And then we had to take another train.
To take you to the accommodation
place. And then we went underground, and the trains were underground, and everything was dark. I wondered, what is this? Is this Europe? What the hell is this place? Milan town. I was expecting clean, spotless ground and spaces and everything.
What happened?
And I was shocked to see cigarette butts on the floor. The birds poop, vomit, and the stench in the train station was not so good. From my expectation of Europe, Then we got into the train. When we got off the train to the place where I was going to sleep, it was close. It was a walking distance. The next problem was when I got there, I was checking in after midnight, meaning my accommodation was
already gone.
I'm sorry, miss, but you're checking in a new day. Like, this is a new day. I said, I'm so sorry. I booked from booking.com, and I didn't know the delays were going to happen. I didn't know how far is this place from the airport. And then this guy was very nice. He asked me to cancel. And then he said no show, and then I booked a new one from that day. Yes. So everything went well except for the phone part.
For the phone. So guys, when you're traveling, keep your phone safe. be on the safe side.
And I need to say also, when I arrived, the warmest jacket I could use was the yellow jacket that I wanted to leave.
The one that you did not,
my brother's jacket that I detested was the warmest thing. When I arrived, the cold was stinging, like pinching inside. I've never experienced that kind of cold. It was cold. It was -7.
What did you experience when you're in Germany?
I left Italy. Italy was cold but not white.
Yeah.
When I arrived in Germany, it was white. The trees, the ground, the roofs, everything was white.
You're like, what's that?
What's this? It was very cold. My hands were drying all the time. So when I arrived in Germany, I arrived in Munich.
Munich, yeah.
So I told my host, please, this is my ticket.
Yeah.
Please just come and pick me there because my phone is a mess.
Yeah.
Just come to that station and pick me.
They
were there on time. It was cold. I stood for 1 minute with my suitcase and went inside another waiting area that I saw. It was so cold. And then they picked me. It was at night. I wanted to see around, but I couldn't because it was dark. And then they took me to another concert.
Immediately we arrived.
Immediately we went to a concert.
You're having a good time.
Everything was cold, and then I noticed in the rooms there were always heaters.
Yeah.
So when I get into a room, my first thing
and you're even close to the heater.
I was always checking where is the heater, and then I'll pick a seat that is close to that heater. That is the only way I could survive.
Yeah.
And then after the concert, we went home. I could not see anything. Of course, it was at night. But the following day, it was beautiful. When I opened the windows, everything was covered in white, but very cold.
And then did you have a chance to play with the snow? Because it was your first time seeing the snow?
The first time I was very scared to touch the snow because the air was cold enough.
It was cold enough.
And then my host had a baby.
Yeah.
And this 2-year-old was touching the snow and throwing. I said,
Snowball,
who am I?
Yeah.
So I said, let me do it also. So I picked snow for the first time. And
Snowball.
And something different was also how they opened the windows every time.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah, because they had to let fresh air in and then the bad air to be out. And to avoid some green things, molds growing on the window.
On the window, yes. Every time they came to my room and said, please open it for 5 minutes, I was like, no!
At night, at least 4 times in a day.
Yeah. They could open the window, but when I wake up in the morning, there is a lot of mist.
Mist
on the window, so I understood.
To avoid the mist in the window.
And I didn't like going out for a long time. Like going out of the house, I didn't like it. But with the time, I think the temperature started dropping.
Yeah, we started dropping, and I even called you and I told you next week it will be very warmer than this week.
So the temperature started dropping from -10 to 7 to 10, and then I got used to the weather. Not completely, but yes.
The difference that you have noticed between Europe and Germany, I'm sure everyone wants to hear about it. What's the difference? Because it's your first time in Europe. So what they want to hear from a first timer, what the difference between Europe and Kenya, most especially Germany and Italy.
I think I would say Kenya versus Europe because Italy and Germany, I think they're the same. Except for the weather, that it was snowing here and not so much there. That was the difference. But the fact that it gets dark at 4 p.m. Oh my God. That fact I still cannot understand. How at 4 p.m. it's dark outside. Like when you wake up at 10, your day is very short. And then it's so dark. And then you think you're in the middle of the night. You think it's midnight. No, it's only 8 p.m. because it started being dark at 4 p.m. And then being on time. Everyone is so timely here, especially catching the bus, catching the train.
You must
be on time. In Kenya, I will tell someone, I will be there by 1, and then I show up at 2 and it's still fine. Don't try it here.
If you don't try it here.
Don't try it here. Something I noticed is during Christmas, we know about Christmas tree, but in Europe, it's a new level of baum kommt.
Baum Christ.
everyone is crazy about Christmas tree.
Christmas baum.
And everyone decorates the baum.
Yeah.
And you sing for the baum. You sing, oh, comes the baum. Yes, that's a song.
Yeah.
That part is very crazy. And then during Christmas, the families meet. Like you meet everyone in the family in one day.
In one day.
Yeah.
And this is most especially on the 24th, not on the 25th, like in Kenya.
Yeah. They celebrate Christmas on 24th.
Yeah.
We do it on 25th.
Yeah.
My normal Christmas would be on 25th. I would go to the movies and then eat at home.
Yeah.
Their Christmas is 24th. And then they open gifts.
And then they open the gifts. And then on 25th is just a resting day and just a relaxing day.
And the kids really believe that the present comes from the Santa.
Yeah, they believe that Santa is...
They believe it.
It's from Santa.
From Santa. We went to the church at night and I was worried. Like, I was asking my friend, are you sure we will not be robbed here walking by ourselves? She said, who? If we get robbed, it will be the first news in this city.
Yes.
Excuse me? I can't try this in Nairobi at night.
Yeah, you cannot try it.
Yeah, I think security is very good.
It's very good. Yeah, it is. Especially also in Germany. Like I would say between Germany and Italy, security in Germany is more safe than in Italy.
Okay.
You can trust that it is really, really safe, to be honest.
And you will know about this security by checking at the building. They don't have security guards guarding the homes or malls, and then the gates and the walls are very low. You can jump over. I'm like, no one can. So I thought someone could steal. And then when we are leaving the house, you don't even lock it.
You don't lock your door.
You leave the door open. So every time we leave the house, I always ask my host, should I lock it? They're like, no, it's okay. No one will go in there. I tell them if I try it in Nairobi, I will find an empty house.
Utasanywa.
Kitu. So there is also the part for the food, I don't eat flour. Wheat flour and eggs because I have eczema and they flare up my body. I get rashes. So when in Kenya I suffer because I don't have an alternative to this food. And if they are there, they're in the uptown and very expensive.
Very expensive.
When I came here, I have alternative to everything.
You have alternative.
I eat bread every day, gluten free,
gluten free. And you need to
free.
remind me so that you buy it to before you go.
Yeah, we can.
You want to buy it?
Yes. So I think my life here was easier because there's alternative to these things because I think most people here also don't eat gluten free things.
Yeah, they don't.
They are vegans. They are what, and there's always a solution to that.
Yeah.
For that, I really like.
Yeah. Are there any similarities between both lives, like living in Kenya and living in Europe? And if they are, my viewers would want to know if there are similarities.
Okay, for me, I would say I live an international life in Kenya.
Yeah.
I have friends, even the ones that invited me here, that I've known for 10 years. And I live with them. I stay around them. So I see white people everywhere. Some concerts or some clubs we go to or house parties is full of white people. They speak their language. I eat their food. So for me, it was not... I didn't get the shock culture.
The afterglow of this daily war, I need so much more than just holy water. The wind is roaring my heavy song. It's been way too long since I almost caught her.